Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for another episode of Flashlight Basics. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, hope you are doing well. What I want to talk about today is how not to flash blind yourself ever with a flashlight. I'm not sure that's the right term for it, but what I mean is if it's dark out and you turn your flashlight on and it comes on a much higher brightness you're expecting, and you blind yourself and you ruin your night vision. There's some amount of discussion about this. There's definitely a group of people who want their light to come on low first and have no memory. And that is so that every time you activate the light, it's going to come on the lowest setting. Now that is great if you don't want to flash blind yourself, because you know that every time when you turn the light on, it's going to come on low. However, I think in actual use when you're using the flashlight, as opposed to just when you turn it on, but in the period of time after you turn it on when you use it, it's not that useful to have a light that has no memory that always reverts to the lowest setting, because then you're always scrolling and you're trying to find that amount of light that you actually need. Now normally when I use a light, a lot of times it's for a few seconds at a time, and I'll turn it off and a few seconds at a time, and I don't want that light to keep resetting every time. So the guaranteed way to not flash blind yourself is to palm the flashlight every time you turn it on. And pretty much no matter what light I'm using, anytime I turn on a light in the dark where I don't want to blind myself, which is most of the time, I will palm the light. And you just activate it, and you can tell really quickly, like for example, there's a lot of light coming out. When it's dark out, your hand will be glowing red. I'm in high. If I don't want to be there, then I can switch to a more appropriate mode where I can then use it. But I never just go straight for the light and turn it on and assume anything. Because yes, if you have a light that's set up for low first, no memory, that's one thing. Basically anything else, there's no guarantee. Maybe you like double bump the button just by accident. There are any number of things which can cause a light to come on in an unexpected level. So again, I just palm the light. Oops, I'm too bright. I'm just going to downshift it into a lower usable mode. For me, that is the proper technique. It is way more effective, again, for me, because then you can have any kind of programming or memory that you want and still not blind yourself. But the only way to guarantee to not flash blind yourself is just to palm the light when you turn it on. There you have it. I hope this is helpful for you. Please try it out. Let me know down in the comments what your experience is and what you think. Thanks so much. Bye.